I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back at the jump off. What's going on, everybody? The main event here in my flashiest do-rag, and apparently some transparent letters on my chest. So this video will be me. Basically, I'll get story. I let Twitter vote on a poll. I said pick a type. I'll be able to steal with it. Option was like steel, dark, fairy, dragon, and of course they chose steel, which I feel like might have been like the hardest one maybe out of the group. Top to bottom maybe. So yeah, they picked steel. They chose steel. So I gotta make the steel type team. We did our best. Got a couple battles in there for you. So just two things I want to get out of the way. I fixed the mic for this portion. I filled in after. I didn't realize there was a mic issue in OBS. So like this will be a voiceover in the battles. It will be the last voiceover. So please bear with it. Watch it to the end if you can. It'll sound just fine. It sounds just fine. And secondly, just answer that question today for me. What monotype would you like to see next? Steel is off the list. So you guys let me know in the comments what you want to see, and we'll get right into the battles. All right, so I see this team, and I'm like, okay, they have an Entei, they have a Xerneas, and they have a Zapdos. I'm like, they are 100% leading that Entei and not leading that Xerneas. So I'm like, you know what? I'm probably going to need, like, screens. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need screens, so I'm pretty sure I'd lead Klefki here. So talk about having the big grapefruits. They lead a friggin' Xerneas right into a full steel type team. I don't know what their plan was here. But like I'm Chopo Berry and I'm gonna get up Reflect for free. So I definitely just click Reflect in Truth Room because that's like free. It's cheap, it's easy, nothing they can really do about it. They withdraw the Xerneas, which makes me wonder like why'd you even lead it in the first place? That does not make any sense. So then they bring out this thing, their Alolan Persian. So I'm like, yeah, that doesn't scare me at all. So they go for the Thunderous Kick. Stack eats the berry. Chomp, chomp, chomp. They charge up all this energy to do no damage. For a fighting type move into stack, we'll take that. So we get the Trick Room up, and now I'm thinking I don't have Protect on the stack, and I don't want to get faked out. If they had a different mon in, I would just Dazzling Gleam and Rock Slide and KO the Zapdos, but they can fake me out. So I'm like, okay, let me get the stack out of here, and then I'll get a free Dazzling Gleam off into both those spots and get some really good damage off. So I bring in the Celesteela because they don't have anything on Zapdos' moveset that can hurt me. I don't know if it gets like Thunder Punch, but I know they don't have Thunder Punch, so I'm not worried about it at all. So there goes the fake out. And then I Dazzling Gleam. We get some pretty nice damage on both Pokemon. And then they go for the Thunderous Kick, which is not something that I'm concerned about in the least bit. And I actually don't even go into the stack, so I don't know if they were expecting a Protect or calling a switch. But either way, they pick up nothing that turn, and I gain everything I need. So here, I'm thinking, if I just go for another Dazzling Gleam, I can chip down that Persian some more. And then I can, yeah, because I knew that Zapdos was going to protect their switch. So I can chip down the Persian a little bit and guarantee a KO with like Flash Cannon and get an easy +1. Which puts me in a really, really good spot going into these next turns. Shout out to Celesteela holding it down for the offensive load of the team so far. This Celesteela is max special attack, max speed. So that way, under Tailwind, it will outspeed even Calyrex Shadow. It won't outspeed Alecki, unfortunately, because it's not timid. But I do needed the offense, so I couldn't risk that. So they bring out the Xerneas again. So I'm like, that's probably bait. But the thing is I don't actually care if it's bait. Because the, what's it called? The Registeel can't do anything to me. They might try to set up, but like I'll beat that in the end with Zacian 100% of the time anyway with Sacred Sword. So I'm not actually concerned. So here I think I go for like Thunder Wave and Flash Cannon or something like that. Oh no, I go for the Flamethrower to pick up the damage because I thought they would protect and to get some easy damage on the Registeel. And then the Thunder Wave is just in case they did not protect and they went for something like Geomancy. So we get some good damage. Obviously, they got the Amnesia boost, so it doesn't do as much as it could have. But that's good enough. We'll get some more damage on it later. It still can't hit me. So now, Xerneas has to switch, or it has to go for a double. But I'm just gonna Thunder Wave and Flash Can. So I'm Thunder Waving the what's it called, the Registeel. That way, maybe it gets parried, so it doesn't have to like set up on one of the turns where it wants to set up. And I'm going to pick up a KO this turn, whether they switch or give me the Xerneas. I'm really not sure why they brought it, one, and why they're being so protective of it, two. Because even at +2, even if they were to get Geomancy up, the only thing that would happen is I would just get a light screen and resist the hits anyway. So it didn't make any sense. It was better there, in my opinion, to just sacrifice the Xerneas because all you do is give me +2, and now Xerneas has to come back out and click protect again. I'm not sure what the game plan was there for my opponent. So yeah, go for the wave and flash cannon into the Zern. For no other reason than I can, because it don't make any sense to do anything else here. The Registeel can't hit Celesteela. It can't really even hit Clefly, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that thing goes down. I actually did hit the Thunder Wave because I didn't want to give it a chance to Geomancy and get the +2 special defense and then somehow survive and then make the end game tougher than it needed to be. So we got that thing off the field, and Registeel all by itself, all by its little lonesome little gray bowling ball. So I think I decide to switch in here. Yeah, because I have the reflect up, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna switch in, but not into the Zacian, into the stack. Because if I switch it to the stack and they body press, then I just get the Zacian in for free with no damage versus like risking some kind of like crit body press into the Zacian for no reason shenanigans. So I get the stack in. They just protect. So like this game is clearly over, but I do think they feel like if they can recover and maybe stall out, they have a chance. But like I still have all 4 of my Pokemon left. And 3 of them can hit it for super effective. So I'm not really sure what the plan was for them. Other than, prolonging the inevitable because they were upset that they got smoked by this terrible team. You see with the Beast Boost, we actually get some pretty good damage. And we go ahead and get up our Iron Defense on the stack so that our own body press does more damage. We do KO if we hit it from this range. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna just protect again, try to get some more recovery and think that will save them, but it won't save them. So let's see what happens here. Do they go for the protect? Yep, they go for the protect as predicted. But I'm just gonna click my attacks and go ahead and take care of this. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and click my moves once again. They don't even get a turn here. Hey, also watch how Stack Attack actually outspeeds something outside of Trick Room. You get the the speed drop from the paralysis on the Registeel. So we actually go first. They don't even get a chance to attack. I don't think this Registeel attacked once this entire game, which is kind of awesome, isn't it? So I was very excited, as you can see on the screen, because this team was very hard to use in practice. So me getting a win was like, oh my goodness, I feel ecstatic. Let's get on to battle number 2. So these guys have a team that's actually pretty scary, right? Because they have the Calyrex, Shadow, and the Alecki, which are 2 mons which I do not deal great into. Now, as long as they don't lead something like Rillaboom and Corviknight, not Corviknight, Rillaboom and Calyrex, then I should be okay because if I lead Klefki and Corviknight, I can get up screens and I can get up Tailwind, which will allow me to deal with those Pokemon later. So what my plan was is to get up the screens, get up the Tailwind, see if I can clear out what's in the front, and on the last turn of Tailwind, when I know they're going to protect, get in the stack and click Trick Room so that I control the speed for the whole game, right? Because the only way for me to win this is to control the speed. I have no other option or I'm going to get smoked. So their lead was a little surprising, but actually not surprising. I have a team full of steel types, so I should have realized they're just going to lead the Cinderace. And the Cinderace is not that hard to get around. The Corviknight is max HP, so I should be able to handle anything. And I can get up the Reflect. So do I Reflect and Protect, or do I just Reflect and Tailwind on this first turn? Let's see what I do. I'm watching it right alongside with you guys. So I clicked the Reflect for sure. I know I clicked that. I just can't remember what I did with the Corviknight. So I do Protect because I'm worried about getting hit with a Fake Out into either Pokemon and then getting hit with a Power Ball into the Corviknight. So they actually do not even click Fake Out. They just click Grassy Glide, and they did no damage. So now with the Reflector, they're going to do even less. And like Klefki is all bulk, no attack investment, no speed investment. So it survives this Spiral Ball. I was actually very surprised that it survived that double up, but you know, little pair of keys, baby. The hardest thing to find is a little pair of keys. So now I'm like, okay, I can get Tailwind up pretty freely because I definitely have my my Reflect up. And look, I survive again. Like, they absolutely cannot get this Klefki off the field. So now I go before the Cinderace, so I'm guaranteed to get my thing up. But nope, they have a berry. Who runs Lumberry Cinderace? But they miss. I would have survived anyway, but like a crit Pyro Ball would have been bad there. But I need this Tailwind up because I need to get rid of these things off the field. Because I just know they have Calyrex, Shadow, and Alecki in the back. If not both, at least one. And I need to be able to outspeed. So this turn, I'm thinking maybe I can preserve the Klefki, or maybe I can just leave it in, let it die, and sack it. And I can get a U-turn off into this Rillaboom, get the Corviknight out of the way of a Pyro Ball. So I'm going to swap in, because I know they're going to Grassy Glide again, thinking they can chip me and kill me. So I get the Zacian in on no damage, and then I get the Corviknight out, and then back into something else, so that Corviknight is preserved for later as well. Because I wasn't going to go for the Brave Bird, but I don't actually need to go for the Brave Bird, because clearly this Rillaboom cannot do any damage to me at all. So yeah, that is nothing. We get the U-turn off. Nice chip damage. What is it, like 25%? That's fine. Because Rillaboom just can't do anything to me right now. So I'm sitting here deciding, like, do I want to go to the Clef or the Stack? Because I'm thinking, like, they're probably going to Pyro Ball that spot. Stack can eat it. Clef would go down, but, like, maybe it would be worth it to keep Clef in case I need to set up screens again later. Because right now I don't actually have Light Screen up just to Reflect. But I was like, you know what? Let's just bring it in. Let it eat the attack. And then what I actually ended up doing, I think, is bringing in Corviknight to bait the attack again and to get some more chip off. Also, I feel like maybe I can just one-shot this Cinderace here. So we all get a little grass recovery. I'm going to bring back in the Corviknight, and let's see how this turn plays out. So the Corviknight is back in. So I think here I just go for the Sacred Sword into the Cinderace, kind of expecting it to KO. And because I'm like, I could go for the Behemoth Blade, but it's fire type and it resists, and play rough and also resists. So I bring the Sacred Sword. The reason the Zacian has 3 attacks is because when you have Mono Steel, you need as much versatility on your offense as possible, so you don't get walled off hard by many things. So I have the 3 attacks and protect, and I figured I'll drop Swords Dance. +1 is plenty. So they go for the Grassy Glide, which does nothing still. My Sacred Sword here, and unfortunately the Cinderace survives, so like this got to be a bulky Cinderace, right? But I get the U-turn off, so I get more chip into the Rillaboom, and I bait out another Pyro Ball. And they have a recovery, like what? So first the friggin' Cinderace has Lum, and then the friggin' Rillaboom has like recovery. For what reason? That don't even make no sense. So I get the stack in, and I think that this is the last turn of Tailwind too. So I think I was able to do exactly what I planned to do at the beginning, which was time the Tailwind turns in case I needed to deal with Calyrex, and also time them along with the Trick Room. And like, look, we get a friggin' burn. Already dealing with enough using this team, right? I haven't even gotten to pick up the knockouts I want to pick up yet, and I get a friggin' burn. Like, are you kidding me? So there I was just like checking the turns and tailwinds and make sure I did this right. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna Sacred Sword this in the race. It will go down here, so I don't have to worry about it hitting the Zacian with a Pyro Ball, or hitting my what's it called? Hitting my stack with like a high jump kick or something. So I do get the Trick Room up. They're gonna go for a Drum Beating, which is like, oh snap! I haven't seen Drum Beating on what's it called in so long. Nobody ever uses Drum Beating. It's always Wood Hammer or Grassy Glide or both. So it's a nice little treat getting to see that animation for the first time in like a year or two. So I get the Trick Room up. So now I'm like, I know your last 2 are Aleki and Calyrex. There's no way you didn't bring Calyrex. There's no way you didn't bring Aleki. Aleki is electric. It resists steel and it's faster than normal Pokemon. And Calyrex is your broken restricted. So let's see which one they choose to bring in first. And they bring in the Calyrex, right? So I'm like, okay, that has to be bait. But even if it is bait, that doesn't really matter because the Rillaboom can't hurt me. So what are they going to do? Are they like Sash? So I'm like, okay, maybe they're Sash. So I'm going to Rock Slide to break the Sash if they do have one. That way, even if they bring in the Aleki to resist the Behemoth Blade, I still do a lot of damage, right? And then the Rock Slide will clean it up. So it's safe either way. And if they Protect, then it's like no big deal. But they don't go for the Protect. Rock Slide connects on both. So any Sash that may or may not have been in the Calyrex is gone. And look, I get the flinch on the Rillaboom. I do no damage into it because I'm burned, which is like annoying. But Big Dog goes Slice. Horse goes bye-bye. Get that thing out of here. So now I'm in a really good spot because the last one is probably Aleki. And I think is not going to get a chance to move if it is, because it's just too fast, which means it's just too slow. I was reading the comment section of Aaron Sabatron saying, and apparently if you get your Aleki to +6, because of the math, it'll go first like in like normal speed stuff, but it'll also go first in Trick Room because of the way the numbers roll over. So that's hilarious. So here I body press because why would I even risk the miss, right? When I could just go for the damage. So these guys been hiding high horsepower from me the whole game. They thought they could like chip me down, and then sneak KO me. But you can't because I'm too good and I'm too strong and your Rillaboom is not hitting hard enough. So now their Lucky is gone. They're down to the Rillaboom. Let's see if they decide to quit. I don't think they do. But even if they don't, this game is over. So I go for the Behemoth Blade. I'm going to knock this guy out. But I was like, well, you know what? No. Because we're still in Trick Room, right? They want to hit me with another high horsepower. So I'm going to play with them a little bit. Switch in the Corviknight. Oh, did I protect? Oh, I protect an Iron Defense. Next turn is what I do the switch. But yeah, I was trying not doing any damage. I'm like, let me just secure this win by hitting them with the protecting Iron Defense. So now they definitely can't hit my stack. Our Reflect does wear off. I have the Light Clay on the Klefki, which is why the Reflect stays up for so many turns, which is like clutch, right? Because it really, really hurts the opponent's damage output. So I switch in here, just trying to have some fun. Like, you know what? Let's go for the high horsepower dodge with the Corviknight. Let my boy get his last little bit of shine on. Bling, bling. That was so cringe. All right, so we body press. We don't KO because we are burned. They go for they actually go for the drum beating again, which was like, oh, good call, I guess. But like, look at them little love taps. They don't do nothing to Corviknight. And the speed drop goes to you, not me, baby. Mirror Armor for the win, son. And I think they do quit here, but I'm gonna go for the Brave Bird to get my Corviknight the knockout, since we're out of Trick Room. And they do quit. So thank you guys for watching the battles. Please answer that question of the day for me. Let me know which Mount attack you'd like to see next. I'm so excited that I got 2 wins with this team because it was so hard to play with, man. But thank you guys for coming out. And I'll absolutely see you guys in the next one. I'll try to get the next upload up within the next few days. Otherwise, peace. Holla at you guys.